Isaiah 26:4. Trust in the Lord forever. The Lord himself is the rock. The Lord will keep us safe forever. Now, this verse is the prophet Isaiah, and he is making, or I guess saying, a song of praise that will be sung in the land of Judah when it is, redeemed by God, and when his favor comes upon them again. And in part of this song, as the verse I've just read entails, they will sing, "Trust in the Lord forever. The Lord himself is the rock. The Lord will keep us safe forever." Now, obviously, this has already happened. I feel like I used will and would a lot in the past couple sentences. So this is something that happened in the past. But it is nonetheless a good reminder, because God in the Bible is often compared to a rock. Because if you pick a good rock, there are certain types of rocks, I believe, that are more malleable, that are more flimsy, but many rocks are very sturdy. They're very strong. It's very difficult to break through them. It's very difficult to break them down or to destroy them. And so, we can trust in God because he is like a rock. He will give us strength, and he will use his strength to keep us safe. If you look more into the original passage, it reminds us that God's favor is on those who love him, but his face is against those who do evil. Because why should God choose to protect the evil? Why should he choose to protect the prideful? Why should he choose to help the criminal, the stealer, the thief? Why should he choose to protect the murderer or the violent? All of those things. Everything that is evil is something that God hates. So for God to be giving people who do evil success, it would only be making the problem of their being evil worse. And God has mercy on many people who are not believers, who have gotten caught up in big sins, because God is merciful, because God is patient. Many times throughout the book of Isaiah, Isaiah was speaking the words of God, and he had to call out the Israelites, saying, "You guys are completely on the wrong path. You guys are acting up in pride. You're refusing to obey the Lord's commands. You're doing all kinds of evil things, worshiping all kinds of false gods." And God was saying, hey, you need to lock in, because I am a just God, which means I have this desire, I have, this heart to stop evil, to punish the wicked. But God also is a God of love. And so he also has the desire to forgive sins, to forgive iniquities, and for his people to be reconciled to him. And that is something that we also see. We see that, as Isaiah says, the song that will be sung is one that proclaims, we have a strong city. God's saving power surrounds it, in verse 1. And so, we want to be able to sing that song by trusting in the Lord. Because if we keep going on in sin, it's not going to be ending well for us. God is patient, but patience only lasts for so long, because God does not want us to keep harming others. He doesn't want those he loves to be hurt because of the things we do. So we need to make sure that we are not trusting in our own judgments, in our crooked hearts, but instead trusting in God's judgments and God's heart. If you want to accept God's heart into your life today, pray this prayer with me. Father, I thank you that you are willing to forgive my sins and help me to turn away from my evil ways. Thank you that Jesus died on the cross so that his blood could forgive my sin, his resurrection can give me eternal life, and so that his Spirit can come into my life and purify my heart. Please purify my heart and help me to trust in you above everything else, so that I will not be evil, but I will seek what is good.